Oh, yeah. Let's try again. Hello, Imi, I'm back. Right. Try again. Oh, technology. Technology 1, Chesnil so far. It's a good start. Good way to start the day, isn't it? We are in Australia today. Apologies to those that were with me momentarily for the 4 seconds that we were live. Whilst the mic didn't work, you should be able to hear me now. Vamos. Thank you for the confirmation. I appreciate it. Venerous, thank you for the 12 months subscribed, mate. Brand new 1 year badge for you. And Sammy, thank you for the 6th month resubscribed. Brand new 6-month badge for you. Thank you to Free Packs, to Elbone, and to Flop Chops for the follows whilst we were offline overnight. Do. You're done with practice, are you? Nice. We'll head there now. Let me turn that off. Thankfully, the office is quite cool this morning because I edited last night's video. So I've been sat in the office for about 45 minutes. Right. I'm not looking forward to the wet conditions in Australia again, but hopefully we can. Now that I feel like at least I know how to drive in the wet. I'm not competitive, but I know how to drive in the wet. Let's try for a second time, shall we? Can I edit that tweet? I can't edit that tweet. Okay, great. Oh well. Well, let's just jump straight into it, shall we? There's no point waiting on ceremony. Morning, JD. How are you, pal? Yeah, Challenge Career is maybe something we can do as extra content, as like part of a Friday, but it's not something I'm not planning to do at the moment. Yeah, the servers are down, aren't they? Up the career mode, gang. For maintenance. I haven't done any videos on FC25 yet. No, I haven't. I was unfortunately unavailable to play the game for the 2 days they allowed us access to it. And MGH put a video out that was perfectly capable of describing everything for you, so there's not really any point in me putting my own video out when Matt has covered everything already. And it would be late now anyway. So yeah, I didn't think I'd be missing out on much. And we don't use the liveries anyway, do we, for F1? We don't use F1 World, so I mean maybe for my team we could use it, but we're gonna do that. We're aiming to do that on PC and mod it anyway. Yeah, we'll wait and see how good the new features are, or if they work as intended. Back to ban 100% career yesterday. That's on you, pal. Mistakes were made. Right, let's hit record, shall we? Good afternoon all, welcome back to the F1 24 driver career. You find us in Australia this time around. We picked up our first pointer as a Ferrari driver in the last episode in Saudi Arabia. 2 tracks at the beginning of the season, Bahrain and Saudi, where are not that strong. We hope to be better in Australia. We'll try anyway. There is some rain at the very end of the race, as you can see from the forecast there above me, but provided there's no safety cars, we shouldn't see more than a handful of laps where it's wet. So fingers crossed it'll be dry for the majority of the Grand Prix. We'll hopefully improve the car by the next Grand Prix, I think. We are going to add on some front downforce once we've gotten our resource points from practice today, because Lord knows the car needs improving in that regard. Charles has been concentrating on the durability side of things. I'm concentrating on the aerodynamic side of things, and hopefully between us, we can get this car back fighting at the front before too long. Charles picks up some decent points so far with a 4th and a 5th. I unfortunately retired in Bahrain when points were on the card and managed to bring home a P10 in Saudi Arabia after a poor qualifying performance, but we certainly made up for it in the race. Here, we'll hope to be good in qualifying and better still in the race, and fingers crossed more than a single point will be available to us. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. I'd very much appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more. Come and join me on stream and you can see every lap of every session and you won't miss out on anything at all. There's links in the description to the Twitch channel and to the YouTube live streaming channel. In honour of Oscar Piastri's debut Formula 1 win, let's head to Melbourne. Mamu. Race and a half engine blew up. Well, at least you only did an extra 50%. Mamu, thank you for the 16th month in a row as well, mate. That's very good of you. Cheers, dude.
It's here in Australia.
It's practice here in Australia. Bum, bum, bum. Right, get the slightly updated Australia setup in front of me so I can not be last, hopefully. Now, it has been a case of putting a little bit extra downforce on at the rear comparatively to. I told
you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right?
What the setup
they're all fitted and good to go.
says.
I hope they do the trick.
See how the car handles. Half the battle initially with this Ferrari car is getting it handling well, then we search for the lap time. Of course, as ever, not able to show you the setups that I'm using because they are Sim Racing Centre setups, so if you would like some setups for yourself to either immediately give you extra pace or give you a really, really solid platform to start from to then slightly tweak for your own personal preference, then by all means do check out SRC. And you'll be able to grab yourself some setups. Discount code Chesnoid will get you, well, a discount as it happens. Yeah, I just seen Nathan's message. Nathan and Hart says 19th. Good. Clearly some of the dates on my list are just incorrect. So that will now say the 24th. Just try a couple of the other 19ths just to make sure. I'm pretty sure almost everybody's up to date. Yeah, no, it won't let me do Michael. For some reason, I didn't do yours, Nathan. I apologise. You're indeed up to date now. King Mod add star lol. That's funny though. You're more than welcome, Nathan. Thank you for your continued support on Patreon, mate. Right, the first question we ask ourselves today is, will the car go round a corner and not spin? Let's find out. It me. It you. Can't say I'm holding up much hope, but we'll give it a go. No, the servers are down, Jamie, for maintenance.
As quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there. We're approaching the DRS zone. Watch your MFD for the activation point.
An incredible start to the lap. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, bit more downforce. Maybe I might want to tweak the diff actually. certainly not as bad to start with as it was in Saudi and Bahrain, that's for sure. This will be the test. Not unstable, but equally not stable. A little bit of a wobble. Let's tweak that slightly. Did your first race since patch last night, the cars felt heavier to you, especially noticeable at slower speeds? Not massively for me, I don't think. Let's try over the race strategy. Hang on, bear with.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
I felt more unstable, weirdly. Albert Park isn't a massively grippy circuit. Well, I got in a straight line for the Delta because I'm running higher downforce. We're still going up on the Delta, I guess, which is one thing. That felt decent. Just gotta be careful with throttle application, I think. Stay off that curb, Christ. Oh, yeah, very careful with throttle application. Morning, Benny. Morning, Zach. We're in your backyard today. Just quite snappy still. That's probably the most stable I've ever had a car through there. But at slow speeds, putting the throttle on certainly is a bit more of a challenge. I've always been really poor at the third sector in Australia. Yep, still very snappy. You didn't interrupt me at all, Daniel, don't worry. Oh, nice one, Vinny. I presume that you're in said semi-final. As in playing in. Good luck, my man. Love a bit of snooker, me. If you're on throttle, like you've still got a little bit of throttle on, it's actually not bad. But if you're completely coming off the throttle and then going back on the throttle again, it really wants to go. Be a case of getting used to, as has been the case the first two Grand Prix, getting used to the car at any given circuit. It just doesn't handle like others. It's very unique characteristics, this Ferrari right now. That was rubbish. Your highest brake ever is 106. Damn, son! My highest brake ever is about 30 something. It's like anything for me. I enjoy it, but that doesn't mean I'm any good at it. Piastri and Vesti. Nice. Good choices. One thing I do like about this Ferrari is its stopping power. You really can be particularly brave in braking zones. And she will grind to a halt very quickly. It's always quite high on the left-hand side of the car. Here's a clockwise circuit. The majority of the corners do lean quite heavily on the left-hand tyres.
Okay, test complete. And that was was a really
Was your
good
only
job
ever century
indeed.
break? You
Got
put
a
the
lot
button and
of
then missed the
valuable
yellow by about
information
7
out of that.
miles
Well
out of pure
done.
excitement. Okay, tyre wear is quite high again as we progress through the stint, which is not sensational. But again, hopefully our better tyre wear, sorry, our higher downforce will help in those latter stages. I'm not sure whether to put some more downforce in, take some more downforce out. I might tweak the diff a little bit, actually. Was it comparatively light previously? Yeah. I thought. F1 Manager is a fantastic game. Easy. Let's do the quali pace and find out just how slow we are. Thank you for the follow, Sonny. Welcome to the channel, mate.
Okay, don't worry about tyres.
Hope
Just
you will.
give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to do that to the diff. Let's try that again. You think you've officially hit midlife crisis? Rebecca, you've started the Minecraft world and are addicted. Mate, never too old for Minecraft. Stay off curbs, Chaz. Curbs are brutal now. Fucking Nora. Since they patched the curbs, not the last patch, but the patch before, they've been really, really, really hard to deal with. You really have to completely adjust the way that you drive. Afternoon, Andy. How are we, sir? Do you guys find that your meter's been doctored with water to weigh more over in the UK? Sometimes, yes, Fletch. I think that's just standard global practice, isn't it? Yeah, just I'm so slow in the final third.
Okay, we haven't
I'm dead slow in the final third.
hit our program
But we know that
targets.
anyway.
Come in
That's
and take a
something
look
we're
at the
familiar
data,
with
and
from
if
this
we have
circuit.
time, we'll rerun the program.
Yeah, chicken tends to be the main culprit for that sort of thing. I'm terrible at the final 2 turns. Fernando half a second faster. There's definitely more time in that lap, but I don't know whether I'll find it or not.
And that's
Consider
it.
the chicken.
Practice
Yeah, is the water
officially
red?
over. Until next time, goodbye.
4/10 off Charles. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Let's do the quick practice. Frying will always take more moisture out of the meat. We might just, if this passes first time, get everything done in this session. Whey! The answer is yes. Vamos. You love to see it. Right. I remember to take my parts out this time. I have fresher parts for qualifying in the race. Or at least I'll try and remember anyway. 390 resource points. We are over 1,000. Good. Let me spend them and improve this car. It's going to be a slow burn of a season because these major updates do take a few weeks to be able to get through manufacturing, and obviously they're not necessarily guaranteed to actually pass first time either, but we know where we want to spend them. On the aero, please. It's going to cost me 845. Department capacity reached. Lovely. Okay. So that might be why Ferrari haven't upgraded the aerodynamics much at all, because they haven't actually put much funding into the aero department. They can only develop one aero part at a time. That's baffling to me. They absolutely have to upgrade the aero department. That's unbelievable. They've got to allow me to develop more than one aero part at a time. Otherwise, this car is going to be an absolute monster all season. I can't believe they've done that. That's nuts. All right. Well, I'll put some fresher parts in so that the car hopefully will perform better. Although my practice qualifying pace session didn't go too well. I wasn't too far off Charles, but I also wasn't right with him. Australia Fair qualifying. Oh, is that true? I might mention that later on, Ed. Perhaps so. Lucid, hello mate. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, pal.
We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
It may well be. It may well be my reputation. Alex, thank you for the 12th month, second in a row, and a brand new 1-year badge for chat to go with it. Very good of you. Thank you, mate. Just need to drop a message and ask actually if I can get invoice details for that Nike stream we did the other day. Actually, I need to put this on charge. Oh, come here, you! Come here, you! Oh Christ! I did a 17 something, didn't I? In quali, it was a 17.3 or in practice, or it was a 17.3 or 4. So we'll see what everyone else does here. React accordingly. Probably 16s. Yep, well into the 16s. I'm gonna be slow again. Slow. 15.9 from Max. Okay, well, the quali session practice time I did would have me genuinely last right now, so that's good, isn't it?
Okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Morning, Yuso. How are you, pal? I've got loads of fuel on board.
We've dropped to P20.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would recommend frying a whole breast. Obviously, cut it up into chunks for tortillas or into strips, as you say. Might just be a Kiwi thing, Fletch. Or perhaps the specific place you're buying from. Six months next Monday. June will be 5 months on Thursday. Time flies, hasn't it? Hope Felix is doing well though. Purple middle sector, apparently.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
A 16.8. 60. About 8 or 9 tenths off max in P1, but that was with a lot of, not a lot of fuel, but with more fuel. And yeah, I'm just about half a second off Charles, basically, aren't I? There is a step to get in the top 10, isn't there? That's not going to be safe. I am definitely going to have to go again. And let's be honest, we're not expecting to get through to the next session, are we? So I can just use the tyres. Plus, it's going to be a medium soft or a medium hard race anyway, isn't it, I imagine? Plus with rain coming too. Just in the process of learning Peekaboo at the moment. That's cute.
All set, we're ready to go. So let's get the car out onto the
Yeah,
track.
I'll do it like at the end of the video ads. when we're back in that research and development screen. Roger, roger. What season are you in, Newsman? Oi, oi, oi. Second season, yeah, it's not bad at all. Oh my god, I'm too busy talking to chat, not concentrating on my attention. This Ferrari's not really a very good car at the minute, so I can't really give you a comparative time. Lost the 10th around the first two corners alone.
30 seconds left in the session. And that's P13. P13.
Really not finding much time on this new set of tyres at all. He says as he finds half a second in the final sector. Well, with P20 right now, so we definitely need to improve, and we improve to P11, okay. So for the first time in my first 3 qualifying sessions in a Ferrari, albeit not a very good Ferrari, I am through to Q2. Only half a second off Max Verstappen and only 3.5 tenths off Charles, which is a decent showing, to be fair. I'm happy with that. If we can maybe sneak into Q3, then we'd be delighted, but if we can just replicate that performance in Q2, then starting P11 would be decent, to be fair, because as TT says in chat, Ferrari's been a bit of a tractor of late so far this season. We'll take that. We'll take that. Sector 3 was way better, wasn't it? Friday night dinner. I've never really watched that, to be honest. That's the... Hello, Jackie. It's Friday night dinner, right? Yeah, I don't really know much about that show at all, to be honest. Is it really that good? From clips I've seen, it seems like it's the sort of show where if you enjoy that kind of comedy, then you'll love it. If you don't, then you'll find it quite a difficult watch. Is that the case? You know, like the UK Office. If you enjoy that kind of comedy, then it's sensational. If you find that kind of comedy a little bit awkward and cringy, then you won't. Oh my god. Hopefully this is just a banker. Probably accurate, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, we've been pushed down to P13.
Right, fresh set, please. Max in the 15.9s again. Shell's gone a 10th quicker. Imagine that's on a brand new set.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
I have seen a bit of Peep Show as well. It's another like very unique style of comedy, isn't it? Oh, did I set that to render? I didn't. It's your birthday today, is it, Sam? Happy birthday, dude. Feel better with COVID, though. Sorry to hear you're unwell, mate. Enjoy your birthday nonetheless. We'll try and keep you as entertained as we can whilst you're feeling slightly under the weather. Okay.
We've dropped to P15.
Fuck's sake, Ches. You know what I've also forgotten to do? Download the Bahrain episode to put on YouTube. Because I'm an idiot. So I'll download that now. We'll try and get that live this afternoon on the second channel. Missed the DRS zone. I'm not concentrating properly. It's about the same sort of time as I put in before, I think. P8. Ladies and gentlemen, Ferrari have 2 cars in Q3 for the first time this season. Wasn't a great lap. It didn't feel like a great lap, but I was only 19 milliseconds off my teammate. Good. Alright, happy with that. Fernando Alonso out. He's in P11 this time. And Carlos Sainz in the Haas down in P15. For the first time I've actually genuinely, seemingly performed. And Lance Stroll is outdoing Fernando Alonso so far this season, which is a definite turn up for the books as well. Well, Kevin has made it through in his Haas though, so there is still a Haas in this session. I didn't expect to make it to Q3, but we are delighted that we have. Unfortunately, it means we won't have any fresh softs for the race, I don't believe, but that's not to worry. Starting much higher up, that's absolutely fine. Cheers, buddy.
Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
Good. Softs don't last very well here. At the minute, TT, all corners are an issue with this Ferrari until we can upgrade the aero package significantly. When we can, it will hopefully be on rails because the chassis is really solid. But yeah, this car is not good. This Ferrari is not good. Holy moly. Let's whack that Q3 set on, shall we? Just set that YouTube video to upload. It's tomorrow's RTG vid. Do 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 do. Fourth, 3 PM in afternoon schedule. Should be able. Get this YouTube video, this F1 video live for 1 PM, I hope. It's going to be in downloads, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up, Ches, you. I believe I've got the thumbnail for episode 1 of Ferrari already made. We do. It's going to take 20 minutes to upload. Might not be ready for 1 o'clock. Pop it live for 1:15. Today, please. Keep an eye on the session timer at 1:15. Schedule. First few races, they've been tough, Alex. Genuinely, really, really tough. Max are 50-4. Christ, they've stepped up for this session, haven't they? All right. I'm going to be 9th or 10th then, I imagine. There we go.
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
This Ferrari car is not very well upgraded in certain areas, which means it's a handful to drive. Would have been an option, but I want to try. Intriguingly, Kevin's not going again. So it seems K-Mag is doing... Well, no, because you can't save tyres here, can you, AB? Because this set is Q3 only. So this set I don't get in the race anyway. All the sets that would be available in the race I've had to use to get to Q3. She didn't want to stick around there, that's for sure. I'd say it's P9 probably. Sarkmas, thank you for the 33rd month, my dude. Fuck me. qualify. Ninth? Kevin didn't go out again, which is odd, because in Q3 you're just given a set of soft tyres that are only used in that session. So Kev should have gone again. He didn't. Everybody improved. We actually went backwards. What did I do? A 16.3 or a 16.4 in Q2? It's a 16.6 there, but it wasn't a great lap. Pole was very, very close, wasn't it? 9 milliseconds between Max and Lando, and then Oscar a further 2.5 tenths back, and then a big jump to everybody else, really. Sergio Perez should be doing better in that Red Bull. He's 7 tenths off his teammate. I'm 5.5 tenths off my teammate, but I know that there's time in the lap, so we are performing about where we should do comparatively to the quality of our teammate. And it just happens that that respective time at this track sees us in the top 10 rather than the bottom 5 as it has done in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. So we should hopefully get points today, and multiple of, although the rain is definitely going to make things a little bit more awkward. It's been pointed out to me in live chat as well, actually, the fact that I can only upgrade one area at a time in the aero department is supposedly because of my reputation at the team. So once my reputation at the team starts to improve, which it might not do for a while, considering it's Charles Leclerc that's my teammate, then I should be able to, hopefully, build up extra upgrades, multiple upgrades at a time. At the moment, we have to concentrate just on one aero package at a time, which is, I guess, fine. We're only wanting to upgrade there anyway, so I could just bank the resource points, and then when we do have the opportunity to spend them elsewhere, then we'll have them ready and set to go. What we don't have ready and set to go is a race strategy, really, because with the rain potentially coming and not having any fresh soft tyres means that it's probably going to be medium inters. But are we risking it by going medium? Because then if the rain doesn't come quickly enough or hard enough, I'll be forced into a second stop when others might well have just gone a medium hard one stop or a hard medium one stop. And I'd actually screw myself over. So we're going to have a look at what everyone else is doing. We're going to have a contemplate on what we think we should do. And hopefully we can find a strategy that works. Riley, thank you very much for the subscription on YouTube, mate. I appreciate it, pal.
You can hear. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race.
We don't anticipate any penalties anywhere this early on in the season, although I've obviously had a component failure already, but I was able to use a fresh part in a new session without part firmware conditions being a part of it, so I didn't take any sort of penalty. No one, as far as I'm aware, has taken any new components yet either, so we've had a couple of retirements in this save. Of course, Nico Hulkenberg's engine blew in Saudi Arabia, but he's not really in a position where we'd be looking to jump him if he does take a penalty anyway. And I think he is actually at the back here. He is at the back, but not with a penalty. He's just slow. Nico Hulkenberg 20th and last. It's overcast at the beginning of the race, which should help with tyre wear. A mixture of strategies at play here. Two drivers on the softs. That's Pierre Gasly in the Alpine and Esteban Ocon in the Sauber. A multitude of drivers on the hards and some on the mediums. Now, where is the rain coming? Oh, okay. So supposedly it is going to be a two-stop race anyway because tyre wear here is quite high. So what I could do is look to run the hards first, then the mediums, and then the mediums again at the end. And that way we could maybe make sure that we are as quick as possible to the rain. Because I could go medium hard and then see when the rain's coming. Maybe I'll do it that way around. I'm going to do it that way around. We go medium hard, and then if we can stay on the hards till the rain, great. If not, then we've got mediums to go to until the rain comes. So let's do it that way around. Medium, then hard is going to be the way we do this. Medium, hard, medium, and we'll see what we can do. All right, decision made. That was not easily come to, but a decision was arrived at nonetheless eventually. Medium, hard, medium is the plan. And when the rain comes, the rain comes. Right, let's give you guys a prediction, shall we? Whilst I go for a quick toilet break before the race begins. Where are you? Start prediction. Right, so we're starting P9. No, we don't think, actually, there's anyone that's super quick behind us, other than Fernando Alonso. So I'll say, will we make a couple of positions or not? Will we make it into the top 7? Will we be what used to be considered best of the rest? But there's now more than 3 teams that are clear at the front. Right, I think Daniel has an entirely dry race, to be honest, IB. Right, have you vote on the prediction. I'm going to go and have a quick toilet break, and then when I come back, rain. Rain? Race. And rain, ultimately, eventually. Which way we voted? Who has confidence and who doesn't? That's the question. There's still 30 seconds to go. Okay, still 30 seconds to go. No, Jamie, I don't believe so. Although I don't know as I've ever I don't know as anyone has ever tested it. Maybe. I don't think so though. Thank you for the follow, Irinida. Irinida. Apologise. I don't quite know how to pronounce that. How is... What? That's intriguing. Yeah, that's what I would have imagined. Monaco is indeed difficult, yes. That Enigma guy, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Right, episode 1 of the new season of this F1 save goes live on the YouTube channel in... Well, actually, 5 minutes time. It's just uploaded before 1 o'clock, thankfully. So let's edit that and make it go live at 1 PM today. Stream a lot of content that you also enjoy playing, so happy to follow. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the support, mate. Oh, maybe headset's plugged in, Chess. Is 2.5 laps going to be enough fuel? I hope so.
Okay, so everything looks good on the power unit cycles, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now.
You did just miss the prediction, George. Yeah, sorry, pal. Arrived just in time for the race, though, so at least there's that. It's overcast to begin with, which should help tyre wear. Should mean that our mediums last longer. It will also mean that those on the hards aren't able to fire up their tyres as quickly. I hope, I anticipate. And then when we switch to our hards, it should be bright sunny conditions, which means our hard tyres will switch on. What's a long wait? Significantly quicker, in theory. That's the hope. I've got a car on my outside here. I'm just going to have to try and... We're making contact with 3 wide here. We are going to squeak our way through. Alonso's just to my left. Still there. He really is very much right on my left. But I'm going to have the inside line for 3. I'm going to try and hold him off. A little bit of contact. He's now going to have the inside line for 4. If I can hang it around the outside, Lewis Hamilton style. Then I might just have the inside line for 5. No, Fernando's just going to have it. I'm going to back out of that. That's fine. Lost an early position, but still in the points. Clean enough start, albeit quite scary with that number of cars that close to each other side by side for as long as we were. Now it's a case of... Well, Fernando's used a lot of battery there. Now it's a case of trying to stick with and make some moves. Make the strategy work.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Concentrating hard at the beginning of the race. DRS is obviously now enabled after 1 lap, as per the new rule in real life. So we will have it here on Fernando, and crucially, Kevin with his hard tyres on is not going to have it behind me. So that hopefully makes things a bit more comfortable for us in the early stages. Fernando is all over the track at the minute. That was a purple middle sector of the entire, I say the entire race, the first lap and a half. Purple sector in the middle, which is good. We did use a lot of battery though. And Checo's actually back. Oh god, that was a clout over the curve, wasn't it? Oh my god, get back on track, says. Jeez Louise. Right, well that wasn't part of the plan. Too busy concentrating on looking at Checo. Checo's backing that pack up. That pack that is now far away from me. That's annoying. Well done, Chez. Okay, good. Well, let's just recompose ourselves. Yellow flag. Is that Checo? No, it's Verstappen. The race leader has locked up and gone on at turn 1 and is now going to be right at the very back of the field. Well, I made a mistake and it wasn't actually the race leader. The 2 McLarens are leading the way. That sounds familiar most recently, doesn't it? Max Verstappen is going to lock up into turn 1, double front lock up and get stuck right in the gravel. And then he's just going to try and make his way back. But he's going to have to wait to get back on the track because he's going to try and join it right on the racing line there. Max Verstappen. We thought that we'd made a mistake. And it was terrible. It wasn't that bad.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Ocon has soft tyres on here, so he should have a bit of pace. He was significantly quicker than his teammate, I think, in quali as well.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
Yeah, big gap to the group in front. I'm going to use my ERS here to try and get past Esteban. Give me room. He didn't. He squeezed me into a wall there, Esteban Ocon, but we are past. And now, as I hoped to be part of the front group in in front of us to pull away from this group behind. Now I am part of the group behind, hoping to be able to close that gap back up again. I've got a lot of battery to be able to attempt to do so. The two McLarens have just quite frankly disappeared into the distance, and hopefully, as the rest of this group in front battle, we can close up on them. I'm going to have to use quite a bit of battery just to stay ahead of this group behind now, but we are going to be able to do exactly that. That one mistake costing me about 2 seconds worth of race time is really going to set us back in these early stages, unfortunately, but we'll do what we can.
And gap to the car in front, 2.4 seconds.
To try and make it back. Hopefully someone starts to get a bit feisty and tries to make some moves. It's definitely a bit fruity, you're right. Great final corner there, isn't it?
Gap to your teammate ahead, 3.3 seconds.
Rear tyres are starting to complain a bit now. Here on lap 6. 13% wear on the rear left, and feeling it.
Okay, gap ahead, 2.2 seconds.
Good.
Of time to the car behind, just keep pushing.
In the alone curve. with me. Sparks, thank you very much for joining the gang, my friend. Very good of you. If you want a video purely of just all of my fails, then you'll have to speak to editor Chris. Kevin's having a look. Try not to lose too much time in battling him. We have been slowly closing on the group in front, and they've caught the McLarens as well. Okay, good. Got bored of ads. I appreciate the support, mate. Anyway. Yellow flag behind. Has Max just spun again? I think Max Verstappen might have just spun again. Oh no, no, he's not spun. His engine's gone bang. Well, when it doesn't rain, it pours for Max Verstappen, and it is bucketing it down right now for the Red Bull Racing driver. He is out of the race. No recovery for him. Does mean that the Drivers' Championship gets a little bit more tasty as a result. Kevin's having a look around the outside of me here. I boxed him in a little bit, but... oh, a little bit of a snap there mid-corner as well. I am now... well, I was gaining on the group in front. I had closed the gap to about 1.4 seconds. My tyres are now starting to complain, and as a result, I am making some mistakes, to say the least. I'm just struggling to get the power down right now as my battery runs out as well. 20% wear on the rear left after 8 laps.
Second a lap faster, 1 second. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.3 seconds.
So, I don't know what to do now. We're going to go to lap 18 as it stands.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10
Before boxing for the hard tyre, but I'll be honest, I'm probably going to box about 16.
Caution, caution.
There's Max just on the right hand side. That's what the yellow flags are for, that's fine.
There's a yellow flag ahead.
That rear left, if I go to lap 18,
Okay, clear.
it's going to be well over 40% wear. Which is just not going to give me any sort of performance whatsoever. So, I am hopefully going to box on 16 and then try and take the hard tyre to the rain. Get a bit of an undercut on those in front, and that might maybe allow me to close the gap and get back within DRS as well. There's a lock-up from someone in front. You can see the smoke left behind. Both Hasses are behind me now. They were out of DRS range as I make that mistake going over the curb there. Right, within DRS range almost, but they are indeed out of it. Thank God for that. So, I'm a little bit safe behind. Those in front are safe from me at the minute, but we are going to continue to try and close that gap back down again. Charles Leclerc has managed to get himself up into P3 right now. My teammate is having a great race. I'm not. Feel free to cut that just before I make that mistake, Chris. Fuck my life. I really need to... My talent set only goes so far. The majority of the times I make mistakes like that is because I'm mid-spiel and I'm not fully concentrating. If I shut up and drive, I make less mistakes.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking
I'm good,
care.
thank you, Tawanga. How are you, my man? By all means, if there's no cut that works there, then don't worry about including it. Now, rear right tyre is not happy. Sorry, rear left tyre. Hello, Ads. How are you, pal? All good, thank you, mate. My end. Trust it's the same yours.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 2.7 seconds.
fucking curb. You catch it wrong, it just spins you. Trying to drive to the very limit of my skill
Teammate ahead of us. 4.0 seconds.
and read chat and commentate an entertaining commentary. It's quite tough, you know. Not like I'm hammering around at 60 difficulty. Like, we're at 105 for Christ's sake. Oh my god, that rear left tyre just doesn't want to do anything now. Costing me all sorts of time.
Like the ERS isn't functioning. The guys are working on a fix.
What?
At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap.
My ERS is working. What's he talking about? If I just lost all pace. The percentage is still there. I've lost all straight line speed.
We're trading the car ahead by 4.
All straight line speed is gone. My battery's failing. Oh, are you kidding me? This must be the issue that Piastri had in Saudi. My battery's just not working properly. Lovely. Well, we were closing on the group in front. The gap was about 2 seconds to Fernando. It's now 3 times that. Oh, Christ. At nearly 6. A pit stop might fix it, but I can't guarantee it. We were thinking about boxing for hard tyres slightly earlier than lap 18. I mean, look at the difference. I'm going to have to box and hope that it fixes it.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep...
Fuck's sake. Makes overtake on me, fine. And then locks up. And I hit the back of him. Moron. Well, I'm going to box this lap then.
At the end of this lap, please.
I'm going to box this lap for a set of hard tyres. Hope that my battery's fixed. When I come in. I mean, look at the pace difference. Kevin's driven into me. It's the second time he's done that there. But I've got no... Even though the settings are set to medium and it says that the battery level is going up and down when I use the overtake button and harvest, I don't have the straight line speed at all. I'm just going to have to...
Use your overtake button more. It's
I
like
can't, it's
slice on the center.
broken, Mark. You literally just told me that it's broken. So I'll do what I can, but if it don't work, it don't work.
Okay, off we go. Back into the race. Perfect job
Hopefully.
on the turn in there,
Seems
mate.
that Gasly and
Nice
Ocon have
stop
made their
time.
stops.
Happy with that one?
They were the two on the soft tyre, weren't they?
All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One
Well,
stop
hopefully
left.
my battery is working now. But when I asked about vehicle condition, he didn't say anything. So I don't know whether my battery is working properly now or not. But we've gone from challenging for the top 10 to being forced into a pit stop and now are running last. Just Ferrari things.
Remember to adjust your ERS mode in your MFD if you need to.
Back off.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
I have to really extend this hard stint. Yeah, fair enough. I'll try.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.2 seconds.
No idea, Rats. Who knows?
Tyre condition still looking good.
I only realised last stream that the heart rate monitor is genuinely a heart monitor and not just a live view account. Lol. Well done, Sockmas. Where do we come in the last two races? DNF in Bahrain because the gearbox broke, and 10th in Jeddah. You charged it? Are you charged it? No, okay.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.9 seconds.
Expecting some pitters this lap, and there are some. It's an Aston Martin in, and the only remaining Red Bull of Sergio Perez. A lot of the bigger group further back are boxing as well, so we should make some positions here. Might even get close to the Aston Martin. It is Fernando Alonso. Is there contact there around turn 1? Very close to. If not, well, we were significantly behind Fernando Alonso by about 6 seconds, weren't we, after our ERS failed. So the undercut has earned us 4 seconds at least. But let's be honest, if we hadn't had the ERS failure, then our undercut would have put us significantly ahead of Fernando Alonso. Although, to be fair, if we had the ERS failure, we might not have boxed as early as we did, but we would have still been significantly closer to Alonso. So it's swings and roundabouts, I guess. Just trying to keep up with the gang in front, and hopefully we can make some positions by the end of the race. Still no news about rain, but we're probably still about 20 laps away from that coming. Anyway, to be fair, there's a yellow flag. That yellow flag is Pierre Gasly, who is out of the race.
Okay,
Pierre retiring now.
Back up to racing speed, come on.
Nearly within DRS range of Esteban Ocon, but not quite.
Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0.
Oh my God.
Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about.
The reliability on this Ferrari is horrendous. First race, gearbox failure. Third race, ERS failure. And sensor failure as well. Unbelievable. Not only does this car not drive very well, it's not very reliable either. It's really not a very good combination for a Formula 1 car, is it? A number of the other drivers boxing now at the end of lap 20. We're caught up to Esteban Ocon here quite dramatically. We're 3 seconds behind Fernando now, who's extending that gap over us once more. make loads of positions here with a number of people in the pits. Up to 12th. This could get dangerous into turn 1 though. Fuck's sake, Esteban! What are you turning into me for? I do wish that the AI acknowledged your presence. I had a bad ratings radio message in. I won't take the position here, so there's no highlight, but fucking hell. A number of the drivers in the pits here. As Fernando Alonso sets the fastest lap. We're up to P12. Right behind Esteban Ocon now. And a number of the others that boxed. Lewis Hamilton there on hard tyres now. Just a second ahead. Lockups in front as we drive through the smoke from said lockups. Very nearly back in the points again. But now obviously we're on hards that have done 7 or 8 laps or more. 9% wear on my rear left. And everyone else that's coming out the pits now will be on brand new fresh tyres. We're going to be taking the position of Esteban Ocon here though in the not too distant future at all. The next few metres perhaps. Esteban acknowledged my presence. Thank you. I've been squeezed into a wall too many times in this Grand Prix already.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Because of the way the DRS works here, I now get it here as well. I've got to hope that I can maybe close the gap to Lewis and Stroll to get back in the points. We're currently out of the points. George Russell in the pits now. The leading McLaren still yet to box. Going a long way on their tyres. It's Daniel Ricciardo in the box as well. So we are going to be back into the points. Ahead of Ricciardo, ahead of Magnussen, back up to P9. But now with a tyre deficit to the other cars around us, other than Ocon directly behind. Kind of need that rain either to not come at all now, so I can undercut again, or to come significantly earlier, so I don't have to make another dry tyre pit stop before everyone else does.
No rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. And gap to the car in front, 2.3 seconds. The car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap. Get your head down. Tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Behind starting to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
You take a corner exactly the same way sometimes. Sometimes the car just rides the curb. In others it just massively unsettles the car and you can't predict it. why though? Thanks for the follow, Yeppy and Bear. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Okay, gap ahead, 2.8 seconds.
Not even at half race distance yet. Fucking curb.
Let's use overtake and burn
Piastri in the
off
box, that's intriguing. Piastri was very late to stop. He started on the mediums and has only just boxed for hard, so he's doing a one-stop. Piastri's taken his medium tyres 26 laps, which is a very long way, and unsurprisingly, I imagine, they were pretty damn slow at the end of that stint. Let's have a look at the lap times. Started off in the early 20s and was in the mid-21s by the end of that stint. Which actually isn't that bad, to be honest. But he's going to come out around about me. Have significantly fresher tyres, obviously. There he is. Now, I'm probably just worn enough with the tyres that I'm not going to be able to keep up with him when he inevitably overtakes me. It's been a bit of a lonely stint. I'm not sure how much you've seen of the race for the last 10 laps or so, really. Basically, since the first part of our stop, since we got past Esteban Ocon, not really much has happened. It's been me trying to stay as close as possible to that group in front whilst they do inevitably pull away from me. As my tyres continue to get more and more worn. We've been pulling away from those behind, and those in front have been pulling away from me, so it's been a very lonely stint so far. Oscar Piastri is going to blitz past me, and I'm absolutely certain I'm not going to be able to stick with him in his DRS for longer than half a lap. If that, depending on where he overtakes me. So, in a minute, I'd say we're pretty much nailed on for a P9 finish here, which would be our best result of the season. The rain could very much change that, obviously. We've had some sunny spells here now, but there is some cloud cover starting to appear once more. Piastri now very much within DRS range of me and taking time out of me, hand over fist. Christ. Gonna have to try and stick with him through the second part of the lap. He's probably going to take me into 3 here, which I'm happy for him to do if I can stay behind him for the next part of the lap. So I'm going to try and tactically let him take me, so I can then have DRS down the next 2 bits of track. Whether I can stick within him for the period past that is neither here nor there through the 3rd sector, but I'll at least get DRS here. And I'll try and hang on to the back of Oscar as long as possible. I've lost a second to Carlos Sainz, seemingly, in the last lap and a half or so, which isn't great. But now we're going to have DRS on the back of Oscar. Hopefully we can extend that back out again. I'm going to shut up and concentrate on trying to stay with Oscar Piastri, because staying in his DRS could reinvigorate our race. Fucking tyres. Jesus Christ. This car is such a tractor, it's ridiculous. We're into steps. Why are you doing that though? Fuck me.
Okay, no issues.
Tyres are
with
gone.
tyre wear for
Oh, yeah,
now.
bullshit.
Taking care of
These
it.
tyres are fucked. Well, the stick with Piastri plan lasted 2 laps. My tyres are just not good enough. 23% rear left. I don't have the traction. I can't get the power down quickly enough to be able to cope. I was hoping I'd be able to stay within a second of him for a good 4 or 5 laps or so. It just hasn't transpired that way. It's been incredibly frustrating, as has been our entire experience in this Ferrari thus far this season, I suppose. We are running significantly better in terms of position than we were at times in the first 2 races, but the car is still just as frustrating, annoying, and generally bad to drive as it always has been. Just happens that I'm more competitive in Australia than I am in Bahrain and Jeddah. Don't know yet about the rain, if it's coming, when it's coming. At the moment, I'm probably going to have to pit again in the next 10 laps or so, if the rain doesn't come or isn't going to come anytime soon. Otherwise, these tyres just won't make it to the rain without me losing a full pit stop's worth of time. Might just be a case of hanging on, perhaps, and trying to manage the gap behind as Sainz and Zhou Guanyu fight, giving up on any chance of catching those in front, and trying to consolidate in P9. It's just not necessarily what we wanted to do, but it's the situation we find ourselves in. Fuck off with your goddamn curbs! Jesus Christ! In no previous F1 game have they done that to you ever. So infuriating. Even the last time we drove in Australia, they didn't do that to you. That I get that they made the curbs harder to drive over, but they've, as ever, gone too far the other way. Nothing about the weather yet.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Fuck off, man.
Car in front is a second a lap faster. 1 second.
Find my inner flow. Be the car. Channel my inner Lightning McQueen. I'm driving a red car, I suppose.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Only a couple attempts. Not sure yet, Callum.
seconds. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Teammate ahead, 10.7 seconds.
As Sainz and Zhou fight, they're kind of maintaining that gap behind, which is good news. Now we're set to box on lap 39 as it stands, and they've said nothing about rain yet. You can see the clouds over in the distance starting to build. We don't know how hard it's going to rain and if it will even make it before the end of the race.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on medium.
So,
okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by.
At the minute,
0.4 seconds.
I think once everyone has pit for a second time, of those that are going to pit for a second time, I don't know whether we'll need to stop again for intermediates or not. So it's going to be a case of trying to maximise that undercut again, but it's not going to be
No need to worry about
as big an undercut as it was last time, because obviously we're not pitting 7 or 8 laps earlier than we anticipated. We're going to pit maybe on lap 38 and do 2 laps earlier than anticipated, or 1 lap earlier than anticipated. Rear left tyre has had it though. It's been a real grind to drive this car the past 10 laps or so. I've been doing nothing but losing the back end and cursing whilst trying my hardest to keep it going in a straight direction for quite a while now. There's probably not been that many highlights, to be honest. I think really that worthy of showing you of late. Now Perez has boxed and is making that decision now. There is also Alonso in too, so they're going now and to hard tyres. So we're going to medium tyres, and I'm going to box this lap I think on 38 and then look to do a 20 lap stint at the end of the race on the medium tyre. They're going to be just as worn as this set, if not more so by the end, but hopefully we've still got just enough pace to maybe not finish in P9, i.e. further forward, not further back. I could try and take this hard tyre to the end, but let's be honest, I'd probably end up 15th if I tried that. So we will box this lap
Hitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of
for a
this
set
lap.
of medium tyres. We don't anticipate the rain hitting before lap 50 at the very least,
No threat of rain from time
because
being.
they're still not talking about it.
Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
So it does seem like it's not going to rain at all before the end of the race. Which will put us in a position where we just want to try and maximise pace on dry tyres. We're in this lap then for another set of medium tyres. So I'll hopefully have some pace towards the end of the Grand Prix. We're pretty much guaranteed a P9. It's just a case of whether we can finish any higher up than that.
Go, go, go! That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Okay, the grind begins again. Down in P13. On a set of tyres that should
Battery charge is high. Let's
really
use that overtake button a bit more.
just chomp out of the time of those cars in front. As you can see, it already is. And we're very much hoping to be at least 9th. But dreaming of more. Straight line speed actually isn't that strong compared to everybody else. But through the corners, that's where we're making the time in a minute on the fresh tyre.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.7 seconds.
Yeah, that front group are boxing again now on 40. So they've only gone a couple of laps after me. Meaning any undercut isn't really going to be that strong. Fucking curve. God, I hate that curve. But we have taken quite a considerable time out of those that were in front. Annoyingly, they've boxed, so I'm not going to get any DRS off the back of them for any part of the stint.
Hulkenberg is stopping now.
But we're going to be into the points here past Sainz and back up to P9. And this is now our race again. My teammate is P7, Lewis P8, me P9. And I've just got to manage the gap to Ocon behind in P10, which should be doable. It might be another lonely stint here. It's been one of those Grand Prix where there's not really been that much action around us past the opening couple of laps of that second stint. I've just been grinding away, trying to manage the car and its lack of rear downforce and traction. And you'll probably see me at the end now, lap 41 of 58, but I don't know as much more is going to happen. I'm enjoying it, Raylord. I'm enjoying it. It has been kind of a lonely race, you're not wrong. Just fucking wheel spin. Brand new tyre and it's like, no traction for you. Binotto back to F1. Checking Twitter, checking Twitter. Hello, Binotto. Breaking, Audi has released Andreas Seidel and Oliver Hoffmann and appointed Mattia Binotto as the new COO and CTO of the F1 project. Mike Crack could also join Audi in the near future. So Binotto to Audi confirmed. Not sure when that will take effect. I'm sure ads will let us know, having read the article. August 1st. I see it's happening that quickly, is it?
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 8.3 seconds. The gap's currently 7 seconds between you and the car ahead. Tyre condition still looking good. The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
5/10 a lap? Surely not. Sainz isn't that quick, is he? Oh, I was looking at the mini-map.
No rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Yeah, Stroll is definitely competitive now compared to his teammate. Alonso's had a great race though. Started what, 11th? Currently running 5th or 6th. No, 4th or 5th. No. It's 3rd or 4th. Piastri's one stop has seen him get back towards the front. Lando's gone hard, medium. A lot of drivers gone hard. I haven't taken anything other than the balanced tyre set at any race so far, and it's certainly becoming apparent that, especially with the rear spinning of the tyres that we see quite a lot with this particular Ferrari car, that maybe at some higher or even slightly higher tyre wear circuits, perhaps taking the higher or the harder compound set for each race weekend is actually going to be a bit more beneficial, because I think a medium hard or a hard medium, as others have done, might actually have been a quicker way for us to get to the end. Obviously our hand was forced with the early pit stop, and as a result we're not going to finish as close to the front as we could have done. Whether we'd have finished any higher than 9th anyway, I'm not sure, but at the minute it's McLaren, Aston, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari. Sergio Perez is slow, however, on those hards. Has fallen from 5th down to 8th so far. And I think we're closing on him. But Carlos Sainz is closing on me. That's why Checo is very slow. He has a mechanical issue. Whether it's the same issue that we encountered, where our ERS failed and was sat in basically the none spot rather than the medium or hot lap or overtake, I don't know. But you saw earlier in the race how much straight line speed we lost just by not having our battery in effect. The gap to Checo has significantly dropped from where it was. It seems to have stabilised and actually be going back up again though, so maybe by asking about that fault, the game has registered it and then gone, alright, we'll fix that for him. And now the gap to Checo is growing again. So when I was hopeful of actually maybe catching Sergio Perez, I think that hope has already just disappeared and died, because he is indeed getting further away from us now. Benny has just gifted 10 subs to the channel as well, so we shall pause the highlight there to say thank you to Benny for gifting 10 subs to the channel. RT Quat, Mike Crin, or Cry NWA, Milero, Markian, Alfie Graham, Noobster, Regan James, and Joe Truman. Welcome to the gang. Someone take Benny's credit card away from him. I'll tell Rebecca. She won't be happy. Thank you, mate. It's very generous of you. Class, to be fair. You're not wrong, IB. You're a dead man, she fights.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 10.6 seconds.
Hide the bank letters.
We think we might see some rain. ETA about 15 minutes.
There's the word about the rain, but it's not going to come before the end of the race. 15 minutes is past the end of lap 58, I would imagine, or at least very, very close to it. With 10 laps to go, including the one we're on, and about a 1 minute 20 average lap time. It's about 15 minutes, to be fair. Probably. If it comes ever so slightly sooner, we might see a bit of a damp last couple of laps.
No tyre
But
concerns
probably
at the moment.
not enough rain to warrant a change in tyre. Even if it rains so much so that the Inter is the better tyre, because the end of the race would be so close, you probably wouldn't make the pit stop time back again, even though you'd be on the better tyre.
Gap ahead,
You'll notice that the gap to Checo has grown again, so his issue has been fixed.
dropping a
And
second
Carlos
lap to the
Sainz
car behind,
is
1 second.
Yeah, chomping at me the same way that we were chomping at others earlier in the race when we put our fresh set on. We might not have a safe P9 here. Carlos Sainz is going to be with me before the end of the race. Oh, Rebecca actually watches too with you sometimes, does she? Are they the streams where you don't gift any subs? I was looking at chat.
Are you okay? That was a big one.
You only do it when you can
Confirm
get
you're
away
okay,
with it.
please.
That's a question I'd love to know your guys' response to. It's an age-old philosophical question, isn't it? But if a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, did it make a sound? What are your guys' thoughts on it? There are two ways to define something making a sound, isn't there? There's the fact that it will have fallen and created sound waves, which to me, in my mind, says that it made a sound. However, there are others that would argue that the only way that the sound is defined is if that sound is registered by something that hears the sound, be that an ear or a typical, be that an ear or an audio receptacle of some description. Lance Stroll is out of the Grand Prix. That wasn't part of the commentary you were expecting to hear, was it, YouTube comment section? We're up to 8th. Lance Stroll is out. He was having a fantastic race, challenging his teammate for a podium spot, and is now retired. What's your thoughts then, YouTube comment section? If a tree falls in the woods and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? What is the definition of sound for you? Is it the creation of the sound waves, Or is it the detection of the sound waves that would then make it a sound? My personal opinion is that if it falls and creates sound waves, then it has created a sound. But there are many a scientist and many a person that would disagree with that and say that it's only a sound when something or someone hears it. Six laps to go, including the one we're on. Carlos Sainz's second to lap charge has halted slightly. 5 seconds now. Now he would need a second to lap to overtake me. Whether he's got that in the locker, I don't know. But P8 is as good as we could have hoped for, really, today, even with the DNFs. If we had lost the ERS earlier in the race, I still don't think I would have had the pace with worn tyres to challenge for anything higher than any of the drivers in front of me. We are continually either best of the rest wasn't even turning there. We are continually either best of the rest or worst of the front few, whichever way you decide to look at that conundrum. Turns out just putting a tyre on the grass there rather than even braking or trying to turn on the grass was enough to spin the car. Gap to Sainz has dropped a bit, down to 4.2. Maybe he will be with me by the end of the Grand Prix. 5 laps to go. Love how that is now in the video. Yeah, I know. If a deaf person sees it fall and feels a vibration, does it count? The sound was made, but they can't hear it. What they will have felt is not the sound, they will have felt the movement in the air created by the sound waves, which is different. Oh, hello. Fuel is running out. I just noticed that my fuel gauge at the bottom of the graphic went yellow, and we've just gone over the point where our fuel will last to the end of the race. Now that's not going to help at all, with Carlos Sainz turning it up a notch as well. He's presumably spent a couple of laps saving his battery back up to make another charge. And with me now in a position where I'm going to have to save some fuel, very little fuel, but some nonetheless, Carlos Sainz might well genuinely catch me. Our P8 is under threat. We've gone from the point of being super lonely and having not much to show you to having a philosophical conundrum and a petroleum conundrum at the end of the race, tied with a Lance Stroll DNF. I'm going to need to save some fuel, but can I do it whilst maintaining enough of a gap to Carlos Sainz that he doesn't get an overtake by the end of the race.
Let's use
Now then,
overtake and burn off
this
some
has gotten a little bit more intense at the end of the Grand Prix, hasn't it? 56, 57, 58 to go. 3 laps.
The rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful.
They must have left that in on purpose.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 12.2 seconds.
So as we come around to start the final lap, the gap to Carlos Sainz is 1.1 seconds. And I still don't have enough fuel in the car to complete the Grand Prix without low fuel mode engaging. 0.06 laps worth of fuel left. Or 0.06 under the amount of fuel I need to get to the end of the race. Sainz is within DRS range now, and I still need to save some more fuel. We're going to probably have to get very defensive and hope that I can still gun it to the line and just hold him off. I'm going to have to lift and coast as much as possible whilst trying my best to maintain the gap. Lando Norris wins the race. So here comes Carlos Sainz now. He's right with me. I'm going to have to use all of the battery I've got left instead of using all of the revs. Try and lift and coast a little bit and hope that I can just position the car well enough to stop him from taking me. We've had so many battles with Carlos Sainz in this career mode so far, whether that be with him in a Ferrari and me in a Haas, or now him in a Haas and me in a Ferrari. It's going to be a straight run to the line. No, fuel mode's taken over. No, by a matter of 50 metres. He gets me on the line.
We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
9th. It's our best Ferrari finish yet. But it could have been slightly better. Oh, that was painful. It was right there. I just. No, Carlos Sainz nabs me. Well, that was a more respective Ferrari-esque finish for the save with regards to the quality of the car. Charles in 6th, myself in 9th, with a Red Bull that had an issue promoting Charles, with a Red Bull that retired promoting Charles, and with the Aston Martin retiring that also promoted Charles. So within 3 places of my teammate is relatively respectable considering I'm such a low-rated driver and still trying to make my name in the sport. Ferrari certainly have taken a gamble on me in this save to take me on board here at Ferrari. It's a gamble that at the minute isn't working that well for them, but we're getting some points. And whilst the car is still on its way back to being as competitive as it could be, then we have to just take what we can get. You'll notice there that the bonus option I don't have, the second one there, is 2 simultaneous upgrades. So that's what we were mentioning earlier, that we will be able to upgrade the car with 2 things at a time once I get to 40%. But evidently I'm at 36 at the moment, which is inclusive of my 6% bonus. So I'm still 4% off being able to upgrade 2 things at a time on any particular part of the car. So very close. 10 XP only away from getting a wind tunnel engineer upgrade, which is slightly frustrating, but it is what it is. Well, I enjoyed that Australian Grand Prix, even though I found it very frustrating at times.
We should consider investing more in chassis upgrades and swapping out engine components when they're on the last legs to reduce the chances of this cropping up in future races.
Well, mate, nothing on the engine failed that I know didn't it? The ERS failed. The engine issue is super unfortunate. We should make sure to invest in chassis upgrades and consider swapping out engine components when they're on their last legs to mitigate our chances of hitting similar issues in the future. Well, we will, mate, but at the moment the car's just not good enough anyway. So we'll head to the next Grand Prix, which is Japan, a track that I enjoy, actually. Let's get out of the Scouse accent, shall we? Where did I finish in Japan last year? 13th, but with the fastest lap. I can't remember how well that went. China, I'm looking forward to. Very much hoping to get a very good result in China, but it will be Japan next, where there is the possibility of more rain. The rain didn't actually end up coming in Australia, which I'm quite glad about, because I probably would have gone backwards. But we need... Well, in fact, I'm still not going to be able to... No, is the Halo... The Halo's not an... yeah, the Halo's a chassis upgrade. Oh, no, that was blue. The Halo might well have passed on the aero. It has. So I can do either front downforce or drag reduction. I can't do both. Even if I could afford to do both, which I can't do both because of my reputation. I'm going to go for front downforce. Although drag reduction is actually going to be more beneficial because the nature of the car is loose at the rear. I'm having to run more rear wing, meaning I'm slower in a straight. So reducing the drag on the car all told will mean that I could be faster in a straight. It's a minor update, not a major one, but will make a difference. 740 for weight redistribution. I've got 631 points available. I can't afford to do tyres at the moment. I'm cautious and apprehensive to do any tyre upgrades because of previous issues with upgrades and then ruining the car, as you might well remember from previous years. I could upgrade the ERS, and whilst that's on, it's going to take 20 days. I might as well upgrade the ERS, and that will be ready for Miami as well. And then by which point we'll have earned enough resource points to hopefully be able to do the front downforce too. So we'll do what we can in Japan with regards to earning resource points, but as we head to the race weekend, we keep our fingers crossed for no rain here as well. I don't mind if there's a smattering in some of the sessions, but if it's only 2 or 3 laps worth of rain, that would be preferable. It looks like it's going to be similar to Australia. It is, however, as you can see in the last percentile there, the rain is going to come, and is going to come down hard. From 25% chance of rain to 85% chance of rain in the last few laps. And as ever, the approximate weather forecast tends to shift that to the left slightly. So there will be rain in Japan for probably the last 10 laps at least. Maybe even more so. Fully dry for the weekend prior to that, which is at least decent, but I've got 3 points now. Charles has 30. At present, he is offering 10 times the reward to the team. I aim to try and bring that back sooner rather than later. Ferrari have dropped to 5th in the Constructors' Championship. McLaren are very strong. Aston Martin are stronger yet still, and Red Bull are monstrous. So at the minute, I don't really see our battle being with anyone other than Mercedes to try and get into the top 4 in the Constructors' Championship. But hopefully we will be able to get into the top 4 in the Constructors by the end of the season. It's been progressional improvements as the season's gone on. A DNF when we were challenging for 10th, an actual 10th, a very close, but not quite, 8th and 9th as it happens in Australia, and maybe in Japan we can go better yet still. It's a track that benefits slightly higher downforce, so it might suit us a bit more, although it benefits good traction, which is not necessarily something we have at the rear of the car, so maybe that first sector will be particularly difficult on worn tyres. We will find out in due course. That due course will be in the next episode. Thumbs up this one, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I shall see you in it. And stop recording, and stop recording. F1, S2, 3. Actually, let me rename that as Australia. Australia. Right, the Bahraini one's gone up now. Saudi I have uploaded. And I can now set Australia to upload as well. Upload file, please, yes. F1, that one. The Bahraini video should have gone live on the second YouTube channel earlier on this afternoon, about an hour and a half ago. Have a look in my sub box just to make sure it has gone live. Which indeed it has. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We didn't get a thumbnail from that one, did we? But I can get one perhaps from a replay. Let's see if we can go and get one from the replay angles. I'm going to turn the AC unit on as well whilst I'm at it because it's fucking baking, mate. It's really warm. And then once we've done this, we'll have a quick lunch break and then go and record some FC24 Realistic Road to Glory and probably lose lots more games because that's all I seem to be doing at the minute on that save, isn't it? I got a thumbnail for Jeddah, didn't I? Let me double check my Elgato screenshot. Yeah, we got a thumbnail for Jeddah. That one. Let's get a thumbnail for Australia, shall we? You guys will help me decide upon it, of course. Oh, you got the noti for it earlier, did you? He ain't finished yet. No, but I have. No worries, IP. Thank you for the support, mate. We shall see you next time we're playing F1. Love that. I can't believe he got me on the line. I'm gutted. There was an extra 2 points in that for me. Where are you going, Sis? You can't park there, mate. It'd be nice eventually if the gravel is 3D rather than just 2D. The grass is 3D, why can't the gravel be 3D? That'll be our Australian one. Right, I'm probably going to call that episode like Right Down to the Wire or something, or Photo Finish. Still in League One. Yeah, it's tough, man. This realistic RTG is really tough. Right, I am going to go and have a quick toilet break and a lunch break and restart the stream in about 10 to 15 minutes time. Those of you that were only here for the F1 content, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Those of you that are coming back, grab yourself a drink and a snack. I will see you back here in about, as we say, 10 to 15 minutes time for the realistic RTG career mode, which is not going too well so far in this 4th season, but let's hope for better, shall we? I'll be back in a very short moment.